Money in the Bank coming up tonight.
Money in the Bank. Just real quick before that, I know you don't watch a lot of AEW, but Britt Baker came back this week.
Did see that. I love me some DMD.
She called out Mercedes Moné, saying a few things. I like Mercedes Moné, but her music always trips me out because it sounds like Gunther's music. So I'm like, wait a minute. But yeah, that was a good segment, and also the match with Will Ospreay and Daniel Garcia was really good. I think that was this week as well. So yeah, check that out.
I believe so.
All right, let's get into it.
What did Britt Baker have? Why was she out for so long? Was it a shoulder thing?
She had what she referred to as a mini stroke.
Oh wow.
Yeah, it was pretty intense, but she's doing a lot better.
Her and Adam have not had a
they've had a year. But yeah, no, she says they caught a lot of things early and she was able to work through it and she's doing a lot better. Nice. Yeah, she looks fantastic, ready to go as well. So, and I'm glad that she's coming back as a babyface because I think that suits her a lot better than the heel.
It also suits Mercedes Moné as a heel way more than she's as a face.
So it just works out for everyone. So I don't know how long they're gonna extend that rivalry. I hope they take it all the way to Wembley. That'd be a good payoff for the showcase of that. So
I also started to wonder when they switched her, and I'm not super caught up on the AEW, but I know Mercedes Moné went on she's been getting a lot of press because she was talking about how WWE did not let her go out and do The Mandalorian. There's been a lot of talk online. They're like, WWE seems to love people to go out and do stuff. I don't know if that's true or not. But it does make me wonder if that's not a little bit of kayfabe on her part, just stirring up some controversy right before her heel turn.
I think WWE likes people that they have chosen to go do stuff.
Yeah.
But if it's something you got on your own, kind of, which this seems like kind of what it was, like she just got it on her own. Well, I mean, obviously through being in WWE, but because obviously they did the whole thing where they were taking their, they're like, you can't be on Twitch and make money off of that.
Yeah, that's true.
Whatever. Too. So it feels like whenever they want to do something, and that might be one of the reasons Becky's on hiatus right now because she's got her book stuff coming up, and they're like, I'm just gonna do it. And it's probably a little bit different now with Triple H in charge.
As I say, that was old regime.
Yeah, so we'll see. Hopefully that's the case. And I just think that's probably the case that if you're gonna make a movie, it's because they kind of prompted you to it, right? They don't want you to leave too early to go be in Hollywood. We're gonna get as much money as we can out of you before we let you go make your own.
You would think with all those internet rumors of Disney possibly buying WWE that were going on a couple of years ago, you would think that they would want to butter up to Star Wars. It'd be like, yeah, have all our wrestlers. We love you, Star Wars, and buy de facto Disney.
And how much was that how much was the Disney rumors just incentive for TKO to actually make the move?
Yeah, exactly.
It's all that's why it should be dealt by trial by combat. All these deals should be taking place like the Kill the Immortals. So
yeah.
All right.
Listen, we could solve our capitalism problems real quick.
Yeah, eventually there wouldn't be that many people at the top.
That's right.
No, they would just pay poor people to do it, wouldn't they? Yeah.
Back to square one.
Yeah.
Money in the Bank.
Here's my chosen champion.
Yeah, exactly. It'd be like Troy.
That's right. With Brad Pitt, I'm all over that.
Yeah. Which we'll swing back around. If we get to recommends this week, I went to Shakespeare in the Park last night here in Dallas.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I'll talk about that when we circle back around. But let's talk about some wrestling.
Such good weather too, but
it was
just like the weather is in Canada, I assume. I don't know. I haven't checked. But that's where Money in the Bank is going to take place, and that was my segue. Jeff, do you want to run us through the Money in the Bank card, and then we'll make our picks? You guys can tell us how wrong we were next week.
Sure, we'll talk about. Let's see here. Oh, these are pretty big matches. So let's talk about the. We'll talk about the men's Money in the Bank match. We've got Jey Uso versus Carmelo Hayes versus Andrade versus Chad Gable versus LA Knight versus Drew McIntyre for the men's Money in the Bank match.
I've been eating the whole time. I just want to
I've been watching. I've been
Okay.
watching. Yeah. I feel like this is hard. I want to say Drew McIntyre because it makes sense if it were Drew McIntyre because of his storyline. WWE loves stacking storylines. So it makes sense. I feel like we're going to see maybe some Wyatt Six shenanigans with Chad Gable.
Oh, do you remember how Rey Mysterio got thrown off a building a few years ago?
I forgot, but I do remember. Yes, I love
that. I feel like something on that level is going to happen tonight to Gable with the Wyatt Six.
Do you ever? This is a quick side note. Do you ever think we will go back to cinematic matches? I mean, there's no reason to. But they did some some cool stuff like during the cinematic match era.
Oh yeah. Oh man. I mean that Bray Wyatt John Cena match.
Yeah, that was fantastic. Even the Undertaker, AJ Styles, yeah. They did some really interesting things during the pre-record match days.
I hope we do. I hope they don't overdo it. I guess they should like do one at WrestleMania or something. Like, well, I guess they also don't want to. Maybe that feels cheap for the crowd going to WrestleMania. I don't know.
I don't know how you would do it. It would be one of those things. I don't know how you would do it because it would feel weird if it started off as a cinematic match and then now they're in the arena kind of thing.
That Money in the Bank match at the building, like at the headquarters. Yeah. I guess it's the old headquarters. I think they are a new building now. But the fact that both matches were going on at the same time, that was insane. And the fact that they were going run all over the place. They should do like a Money in the Bank. You know how they do the matches for War Games that are side by side?
Mm-hmm.
It's side by side rings, and then the women's title's above one of them, the men's title's above the other one, and they're just both happening at the same time.
Like it's just like a giant ropes course, kind of, sort of. They just have to. Yeah. They can use anything in the ropes course. Who do you? So I think Drew McIntyre is my top pick.
I think
maybe LA Knight or Jey Uso as.
So I feel this is gonna set up a bunch of storylines. I think it's gonna set up a rivalry with Carmelo Hayes and Andrade, and they're gonna have a program. I think Drew is going to be close to winning, and my hope is that AJ Lee screws him over somehow, or if not her, like some kind of proxy for Punk, or even Punk himself. I think he's kayfabe hurt. I don't think he's really hurt. I'm not sure.
I think they kayfabe. From what I heard, they kayfabe hurt him because
the
kayfabe almost killed him because his recovery was taking a little bit longer than they expected it to.
So I
think he could take light bumps maybe or something.
Yeah.
But they kind of want to back off that stuff.
I hope. So like I said, I think some kind of proxy for Punk is gonna stop Drew. I think Chad Gable's gonna get eaten by the earth, or the Fireflies are gonna just fly him away. And I think that LA Knight would make the funnest Money in the Bank holder. Just a constant threat everywhere.
Yeah, he would be.
LA Knight is money. That's like, as much as I want to see Yeet in the bank, I feel like maybe one of the Bloodline does something to Jay to kind of kick that off. So I think LA Knight is my pick. But if not, I think probably Jay has. Yeah, it feels kind of like a waste right now for Jay to hold it because I think they could hold it for a long time too. But I guess we'll talk about that when we get to the heavyweight championship match. But yeah, those are my picks. So my pick is LA Knight. So let me make some notes so we can Okay, what else we got?
So then we get to move on to the women's Money in the Bank match.
All right.
We have Io Sky, Chelsea Green, Lyra
Say it right.
Lyra Valkyria.
Say it right.
Lyra Valkyria.
No, not Valkyria.
Oh, Chelsea
There you go.
Green.
Did you see her make Michael Cole say it like that at the
I
press
missed
conference?
that.
Go back and watch the press conference from yesterday. She made him do Samantha Irvin.
Oh, did she? That's
Yeah,
funny.
yeah.
I love Chelsea Green. I think she's
She's
great. I would love to see a stable with her and the Iconics. Like, I love chaos characters. Like, that stuff just cracks me up.
And keep Piper Niven as their heavy. Yeah,
And keep Piper Niven as a heavy. I did see somebody say we need more girl stables like in wrestling because there's a bunch of boy stables.
Damage Control was amazing for however however long they went.
Yeah, I always want them to be like they always kind of tease like a badass ex-UFC stable, but then they never get beyond 2 people. Anyway.
Yeah, I also hope Asuka recovers. I know she just recently had surgery in her leg, I think so.
Yeah.
So
Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and Zoe Stark.
Tiffy time.
I hope it's Tiffy time. I want it to be Tiffy time. Yeah, I want Tiffy. I want Tiffy to win. She's great on the mic, even though she got in a little bit of hot water online. But she's great in ring.
She's got backup on the Queen of the Ring as well.
Yeah,
they got a good thing going on there.
I don't really see. I mean, Naomi could win. I feel bad for Naomi. She's really good, but she just never seems to be able to push above mid card. Zoe Stark's awesome, but I think Tiffany Stratton is going to win.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning the same way. I think I would like Lara to win, but because there is no women's match on the card, like if what's her name? If Bailey was defending against like Nia or something, or even Piper, if that match would have happened tonight, I would say, oh, maybe Lyra wins, and then she cashes in that same night. The problem with a babyface holding the Money in the Ring a briefcase is that it's not as entertaining as a heel.
Which also makes me think Chelsea Green could be the dark horse here.
Oh yeah, I mean either Chelsea or Tiffany. Like I think either of them is going to win. Io, this is going to be the last straw. She's going to turn on Damage Control. I think.
Because it would be fun to watch a Chelsea Green with a briefcase with Piper Niven as the actual threat,
handling the dirty work. Yeah.
Which
is the same with Tiffany Stratton. Yeah, I don't know either. I'm gonna go with Tiffany Stratton. Well, actually, I'll tell you what. I'll go with Chelsea Green just so it'll be different.
Yeah.
And then we can see who won with our picks. So, all right. Next.
All right, so now we have the Intercontinental match: Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker, who actually broke what's his name's ribs a couple of weeks ago.
Sheamus Ludwig Kaiser.
Ludwig Kaiser. He actually broke Ludwig Kaiser's ribs.
Dude, speaking of that, like WWE's getting like these really cool drone shots, especially with Braun. Like those shots from above, him just running around the ring.
Yeah,
they look insane.
Apparently, that was a Jake Paul idea that they kept shooting down under Vince, and then after Vince left, they were finally like, or not Vince, but whoever was the
the other guy, his guy that also left. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's almost look. I don't like Logan Paul. He's dirtbag, but unfortunately, he knows what he's doing when it comes to video. Or at least he has people that know what they're doing. So maybe he listened to the guy that has all those millions of views, and they look cool. Like when he jumped up the top rope, that looked amazing. Like with that drone shot, cool. The drone shot in Puerto Rico as you enter the stadium, that was super cool. So
they really stepped up their game, camera angle wise and stuff.
It feels bad because like AEW can't really do that because their arenas aren't full. So like. They have to choose. They have to pick and choose.
Have you seen the J-Lo footage from her her first concert where the whole top stand is empty?
Yeah.
Anyways, so Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. I don't know how. I see Sami Zayn retaining.
I
I don't
okay.
know who this match helps. Actually, I don't know who this match helps. Whatever.
So I see this as so Sammy trying to win the title the first time was Rocky 1. Sammy finally winning the title was Rocky 2. I see this as Rocky 3. I think Sammy's gonna drop the title.
Oh, and he's
And
gonna
then
come
he'll
back.
have to come back and get it. So I think Braun's gonna win this one.
Does Sammy come out with an old man who ends up dying mid match? Does he come out with his Mickey?
Yeah, I think. I mean, they could. They're in Canada, so like his family might be there. So
Kevin Owens could come out and he could like slip on a banana peel or something.
I don't want Braun Breaker to kill anyone from his family. Did you? Oh wait, hold on. Did I do that? Oh, okay. The document you put champion in parentheses, I guess, from where you copied it, and then when I clicked space, it did the copyright. It transformed it into the copyright logo. And then
okay.
I'll just put in your name. All right, so you'll go with Sammy, and I'll go with Braun.
Yeah, I'll say Sammy.
Nice. Which, although maybe Sammy doesn't lose in Canada, that might be a fool's gamble that I'm going with, but we'll see.
Maybe the loss in Canada makes it even that much more entertaining.
Yeah, maybe.
Right. We've got let's see, what do we have? The Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, and Randy Orton versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, Tama Tonga Loa, and or Jacob Fatu. We don't know which ones. I just pulled this from an article, so I don't know which ones are.
I don't think they've decided. They're kind of doing like a Freebirds thing where their team is whoever they pick.
Yeah, I love the Freebird.
I would even say Solo doesn't even begin. Solo's not even in the match. It might just be
the other three.
The Tonga.
I mean, it would be a good showcase for them to like. We really haven't seen much of them.
Yeah, I mean, Jacob Fatu came in like a beast.
Yeah,
I think they call him the Samoan Wolf. It's cool.
I'm not. I mean, all these guys are new to me. So
okay. I've seen a little bit of highlights from them, but all right.
I feel like you gotta have the Bloodline win this one. You can't set them out as a badass group and then have them lose their first big match out.
There's gonna be shit. They're gonna win by shenanigans, but they're gonna win.
They're gonna win by shenanigans, but they're gonna win. It's still way too early, I feel, to bring back. I think it's still way too early to bring back Roman or anybody like that. I think we keep Paul Heyman away for a couple of weeks after
he deserves a break. Did you read the article that he didn't sleep the night before that show so that he would look as disheveled as he did?
No, I didn't see that.
That's crazy.
That's some method acting from
dude.
He's like almost 70 too.
Daniel Day-Lewis, eat your heart out.
That's right. And then finally, we have the World Heavyweight Championship match: Damian Priest versus Seth Rollins. I don't see Damian dropping this belt at all. I think it'll be a good match. I think there'll definitely be shenanigans. I think.
Man, so I'm conflicted because I'm like, is this the moment to break up the Judgment Day? Like, this feels like a good moment to break up the Judgment Day. Like, Finn takes over, they bring in Liv, because that's what they've been hinting at.
Yeah.
Carlito probably does something to be. I don't know. I mean, supposedly, the Judgment Day won't be involved in the match, right? That was their deal that they had. But Seth can't challenge. Yeah, I think Damian wins. Just because of the whole thing where Seth can't challenge anymore.
I know she just got married, so it's probably still not anytime soon. But do we know when Rhea Ripley's coming back?
Well, I mean, she also still hurt, I think.
She's also still hurt, yeah.
I think if anything, at the soonest it would be SummerSlam.
SummerSlam?
Yeah. At the soonest, I would think. I don't know.
I love the storyline between Liv and Dom. I love where they're going with it. It's so good.
And so horny.
It's so horny. So horny.
That's so funny because, like, look, I mean, Dominic's not a bad looking guy, but he's not like. I love that he does the mustache, right? Like, he does all these little things
Oh,
to be
when the
look
crowd
more.
starts chanting "Shave your mustache," that I'd laugh for a good 10 minutes over that. It's just so funny.
It grew in thick though. I hope that if that's his real mustache, because at first it was like very like Eddie would have it, like like it
Yeah,
was very thin, but like this on Monday that thing looked a lot thicker. So it'd be funny
he's
if it wasn't a real mustache.
so good because he's like. I remember when he first started wrestling with his dad, I was just like, okay, it felt very nepo baby kind of
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah.
But this last match last Monday that he had with his dad, like it was so good. Like and I think that the great thing about Dom is that he almost like Jake Paul, he doesn't wrestle very often. Like he's not an every week guy. Like he's on TV every week, but
I
he
think
doesn't wrestle a whole
he
lot.
was a little hurt because last year he was he wrestled the most matches out of everyone.
Oh,
Like
really? Okay.
with the live events and all that. Yeah, last year. But I think he hurt his arm recently, and I think that's why
Well,
he's
he
been
had it in
kind
the
of
cast for a little bit,
yeah.
but
So
I feel like I haven't seen. I do remember him wrestling a lot,
yeah,
but
he's kind of a workhorse because
yeah,
they put him to take. He was just taking losses against anybody really,
yeah.
anybody that wanted to heat up. So,
But
but
he's
yeah,
great. He's great in the ring. Like he's got all the little things down, yelling at the ref,
yeah, he's a
stuff like
good
that.
wrestler. He's a good heel. He's moved out from under his dad's shadow. Like, and
Yeah, definitely.
I saw a little bit of the interview with Rey Mysterio that Chris Van Valen, I think it's his name. He's
Mhm.
like real does a lot of wrestling and stuff. Like, and yeah, Ray was like he's his own wrestler now. He's really proud of him. So it's interesting to
Yeah.
see like him call like kayfabe. He's like, yeah, my deadbeat dad. But like, I imagine as soon as he goes to the back, he's like, damn, dad, what are we doing this shit? Like,
Yeah, exactly.
which okay, so yeah, I think those are our picks. Before we move on from wrestling, did you watch the WrestleMania 40 behind the scenes thing?
I haven't had a chance to watch it
Okay,
yet. Did you watch it?
it's excellent. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
excellent. It definitely feels a lot of like The Rock rewriting history.
I've seen the Rock memes.
Yeah,
I've seen all the Rock memes.
yeah. I've seen some memes where he's like, where he rewrites a lot of other plots from TV shows and stuff.
He's
Like it's his
like,
idea, but it's
my
still
favorite
really
is
good.
he's like, Steve, just call it the Stone Cold Stunner.
Yeah. A lot of stuff like that. But it is really, really interesting and it's really good. So I highly recommend if you haven't seen it.
What
Uh,
is it on? Is it on?
it's on
What is it
YouTube.
on?
It's just on
What's on
YouTube.
YouTube?
Yep. It's weird that they gave you something for kind of for free, but
That
they
is
did
weird.
it. Okay, cool.